Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Kenganyama, popularly known as Kayam Stalin. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I achieve this beautiful face beat. It is a chit chat get ready with me video, so there is no tutorial in this video. If you're interested in hearing more about my relationship with God, how I decided on my new car, just a bit of imposter syndrome I was experiencing this past week, and a few other interesting questions I got from my followers on Instagram, then continue watching. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl K-Yums. Welcome back if you're new here. I'm joking. Anyway, so last week I tried doing a chit chat get ready with me, which I sucked so much at. And I just thought to myself, girl, it's not that hard, you know, let me just try and do one today. I've also got like quite a few things to get off my chest, so yeah, that's what's happening. I'm just gonna cover my hair. So aggressive. Also, because I was doing a hair installation video, so if you are wondering how I install this hair and where it's from and things like that, I will be posting up a hair installation video. I'm thinking you guys may see this video first though, so yeah, we'll see. So anyway, so I did a chit chat get ready with me video last week, but it wasn't much of a chit chat because I just really struggle like chatting and doing my makeup. Like it's kind of weird. And someone commented like, oh, I feel clickbaited. This was not a chit chat get ready with me, and I was feeling so bad because honestly that is not what I was trying to do, but like I guess, you know, that's what it came across. But I mean, I was just trying, you know, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try again this week, see if I can, like, you know, do something, you know, more chit chatty, especially because also I saw someone suggested I should do like a Q&A thing, get questions off Instagram and answer them on here, which I did. Like I did a Q&A, but a lot of the questions I answered on my Instagram. So yeah, I'm just gonna do my brows real quick. I can't really chat through that, so if you're interested in a tutorial, like I have a million of those, just check it out. I'm gonna do them really quickly. Like I'm gonna time lapse the whole thing. Okay. So thank you so much for 150k guys. I'm so happy. Like my family is growing so fast. Like you guys are doing a lot and I'm so happy. And you know, to any aspiring YouTuber or someone who's really trying to grow their channel, like guys, it's not a joke and it's not a lie. Like consistency is so key. It is so key. It will get you like everywhere. I mean, I have like a really great community, just aside from the fact that, you know, I try and be consistent, but my numbers really do shoot up the moment I start being consistent. And I think the best advice I can give to anyone that's wanting to start a channel is make sure that all of your platforms are sort of linked in one way or another. Not really linked, but I mean, you know, you'll find that it's a great way to grow your YouTube channel on Instagram or on Twitter, for example. So, you know, have your YouTube as a pinned tweet, so immediately as soon as someone is interested in you or your tweets or whatever, then they see that like, oh, okay, this person is on YouTube, and they see that straight away. So that's also really great. Guys, I'm so witty. Like I'm the most nicest person to talk to. Like I'm the nicest person to talk to because I'm so funny. I think I don't know if people think I can. But anyway, last week I bought myself a new car. I have a video on that on my channel, and it's a car I've been wanting for so long now. So it was really like a great moment for me. Like, I was so excited about it. However, this is like the craziest thing to me, like how the world works and the mind works as well. I realized, well, more towards the end of this week, that I had imposter syndrome. Like, now let me Google the definition of imposter syndrome for anyone that doesn't really know what it means, because I didn't know that's what I was experiencing up until I thought about it. I was like, wait, hold on, man, this sounds like imposter syndrome to me. Okay, so imposter syndrome is loosely defined as doubting your abilities and feeling like a fraud. It disproportionately affects high achieving people who find it difficult to accept their accomplishments, and many question whether they are deserving of their accolades, right? I think for me, I think it can affect anyone, like, to be quite honest, right? I don't think it's for high achieving people, and I don't think it's usually like outwards. I think it's more like an inwards thing. Well, that's a definition as per Google. Well, for me, I felt like, okay, so because I bought a new car, right? I was going through this thing where, you know, it was really great. Okay, so if I'm driving by myself, it feels really good. Like, no, if I'm driving with other people, it feels really good. You know, they're constantly like, oh my god, this is so great, this is so nice, you know. And I'm like, damn, this is really great, this is really nice, it feels comfortable, you know. And when I'm driving by myself, it feels so different, especially if I'm driving like to do just normal people things, like going to the gym, going to do groceries. I honestly feel like, oh my god, this is too much, you know. It really feels like it's too much, and I feel like, damn, like, why am I drawing sort of so much unnecessary attention towards myself? I think this will make a lot of sense if you know, like, me and the type of person that I am. I am not a person that likes to draw attention to themselves. Like, I'm literally like that person. If I could go through life invisible, I would be so happy. I hate it when people look at me. I get like so uncomfortable when I feel like the attention is on me. Like, it's such a weird thing. But anyway, that's how I am. And it's actually funny. I'm going to give you an example which will give you like further context. When I started doing makeup, I do all of these like really great face beads at home. But if I were to go out for like lunch or anything like that, then I would do the bare minimum. Like, I would literally do natural makeup, because I just feel like, oh my god, this is too much. Like, everyone is going to be looking at me and it's going to be so weird, you know. So anyway, yeah, so I found that like when I was doing normal things like that, which I'm doing most of the time, like, it's very rare that I'm actually going out and driving, because most of the time when I'm going out, I'm like drinking. So yeah, anyway, so it's very rare that I'm like, well, I haven't really gone out, you know. So I'm doing stuff like, oh no, getting groceries, going to the gym, things like that, and it just feels like so excessive. It feels so OTT. And I think because I come from like extremely, well, not extremely, but I come from like really humble beginnings, like really humble like background. Like, I mean, me buying a Merc to my family was just like, oh my god, are you mad? Like, who does that type of thing, you know? It was so absurd. And I mean, I think the jump has been like it's such a big jump from like, you know, where I was. Not that it changes anything about me. I don't really think it changes anything about me or my social standing, but it feels like such a materialistic thing that I sort of feel like, oh my god, what does this mean about me now? Like, does this mean I'm no longer like humble? Not that like I pride myself, you know, with being humble, but like, you know, generally, like, I'm a person that just I just want to go through life in J, you know. But I think this was like the first big materialistic thing that I've like done. And it's sort of, even on the road, people look at you like very different, you know. So I'm just having a really hard time adjusting to that. Like, I know I worked really hard for the car, and I really deserve it. Like, I really do believe that. But it sort of makes me feel like, oh damn, why did I have to get a Merc? Like, why? Like, what was wrong? Nothing's wrong with my car. Like, why am I like this materialistic person? And it's just so weird. So anyway, I've been going through that this week, like, and at first I didn't really know what was bugging me, because I mean, I just bought a new car. Like, I'm good, you know. Why am I like shacking? Why am I going through? Why do I feel off balance, right? Up until I started like journaling. Ooh. That's so annoying. Up until I started like journaling about it, and actually really found like the cause of, you know, why I was feeling how I was feeling. I spoke to my friend about it, and actually I'm gonna read her text, because honestly that made everything better for me and made everything different. My friend Tando, however, she is like the absolute best. Honestly, my friends are so good at understanding me and understanding how I'm feeling and offering me new perspectives. Honestly, it's crazy. It's so amazing. So anyway, she sent me a message and she was like, okay, first of all, everything you're saying is valid. It definitely is imposter syndrome, and I think you need to realize how your car is no different from your new apartment or your AirPods or your designer and even your old car. It's all the same thing. Here's the difference. It's that people perceive your car as a higher status. In people's eyes, it even seems like you rank higher. In people's eyes, it even seems like you rank higher in social status, and makes you conscious of yourself and your car, because you think it wipes away your humility. It doesn't. You deserve that car because you worked hard for it, and God has met you in the process. You just need to snap out of it. You just need to snap out of what you're feeling right now and recognize how you are, how deserving you are, and that is your flex. So try, like, you're becoming the woman you've imagined yourself to be, and that obviously will be uncomfortable. Guys, I was just like, how do you know how to make me feel better? Like, she honestly made me feel better. I mean, I don't think it's something that's gonna go away, but it is something that makes me feel like weird, you know, and to a point has really, really caused a bit of like a drift, which is so weird, guys. All of this, like, I'm saying this to you and I'm just like, this is so weird. Like, it's caused like a rift between like God and I, because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know, you know. It's almost like, it's very weird. But anyway, I'm hoping that like it's just a phase and I will like get through that. I also just wanted to share a testimony with you guys. Like, this week I went back to gym this week, and the funny thing is, right, so currently I'm so broke. Like, I think I have like 500 rand to my name, which is like not something I should be saying on cam, but it's the reality, right? And I keep thinking about it and I'm just like, yo, I'm so broke, like, I'm so broke. Like, how am I so broke? And you know, I do think like I mismanaged my finances in April, but I also bought a car in April, so it really makes sense how I'm like flat broke. And I'm a person that usually has like savings, so I'll never ever be like broke. Like, I always tell people I'm broke because I don't want to tap into my savings. But yeah, so anyway, I realized like I am super duper broke. So as a result, my debit order for my gym bounced, right? And I was just like, child, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I want to go to gym. So I was like, you know what, actually I'm just gonna get to the gym and I'm gonna tell the lady or whoever's at reception that, guys, I'm gonna sort this out at the end of the week. It's just a tough month. And I don't think they would be like, oh no, you can't come into the gym, because generally like I pay really well. But hey guys, life happens, and life happened to me, right? So anyway, fine, I get ready, I'm like hyping myself up, I'm hyped up to go to gym and tell the lady that like, I see, like I don't have the money, but I'm gonna give you the money. Just let me work out, you know. I kid you not, I get to gym on Monday and the system is offline. Like that was the funniest thing to me. I'm just like, God is so funny. Yes. Anyway, cool. Well, I work out and whatever, and I go home. And then on the Tuesday, now I'm like psyching myself up. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go to the gym and tell this lady my story. Tell this lady my story of like how, you know, I'm gonna pay her on Friday and stuff. I get there, system is still offline. I'm just like, no way. Like it cannot be. Guys, I've never gone to the gym and the system was offline. Like I have never, ever in my life, like ever, right? But God was like, you know what? Up until you can pay this amount, the system will be offline. And guys, I kid you not, the system for my gym was offline till Wednesday. I didn't go to gym on Thursday and Friday because on Thursday I had like some seminar thing. But anyway, the system for the gym was offline up until Wednesday, and it's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. I'm just like, yo guys, you know, like when you set intentions, like I set like really strong intentions for the week, and my theme, what I said my theme for this month was like fighting the feeling. So no matter how I'm feeling, I'm just gonna go ahead and do whatever it is that I need to do, or whatever it is that I've set out to do, and I just pray that God meets me along the way. And that was my prayer for this month. Like that was like what I said to myself and what I wrote down. And it's so crazy because God was just like, yes, I'm gonna do exactly that. And that was just so nice. It was so nice. I was like, I have to share this. But yeah, anyway, it was really great. It was funny every time I got to gym though, because I'm just like, before I left my house, I'd be like, I think the system is gonna be back online. Let me psych myself up to tell this lady I can't pay her. And then I get to gym and system was offline. I'm like, oh God. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, what else happened this week? Oh yeah, so I had some seminar thing for Nivea this week as well, where, remember last year I had a competition I was running for the Nivea Skinfluencers, so they asked me to come on board this year and sort of deliver a tutorial type of thing for the Skinfluencers, teaching them how to edit their photos and their videos, so to sort of give them like tips and tricks. I told them, I was like, guys, I'm not a professional. I am not a professional videographer or photographer, but I can share sort of my thought process when it comes to doing those things, which went really well. Yeah, this week we also finalized the winner for the amazing Revlon competition. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to call her and inform her that she's won. I think it's going to be, you know, so amazing. And I'm wondering if I should do that now or once I'm done with my makeup. I think I'll do it once I'm done with my makeup because I do want to film it. Yeah, so it's amazing stuff. Like next week we are finally going to Cape Town for the Revlon 24 hours with Revlon SA competition. And client called me and she was just like, Kay, you will not believe, like I don't want to give away too much, I don't want to tell you too much because I want you to be as surprised as the winners. The house that we're staying at is where a certain group of people, because I don't want you guys googling it. I'm only thinking about this now. I didn't google it, but I don't want you guys googling it because I want you to be surprised when you see the vlog. But some famous people stayed there when they were in the country, so it's insane, child. Like it is so great. And she's just like, and you know what, I remember on your story when we were on set the one day, you were like, you're craving Jaeger bomb. She's like, I'm gonna make sure that I have Jägermeister for you on the day because I want you to have fun. I'm also gonna make sure that there's Hugly. Imagine I was so embarrassed. I was just like, chill. This is client from Revlon telling me she's gonna make sure that they have Habli. She's like, yeah, I want to make sure that there's Habli so you can just sit down and relax, smoke some Habli, have some mimosas. I'm like, you know me so well. Guys, I had like it was so funny to me, but I was so grateful. I mean, I think my job was really cool. It looks really cool as well, but I think like it's also really demanding. I was really like shocking. I was quite literally so stressed out for the Nivea tutorial thing, because it was just so different to what I do on the daily. I mean, teaching people how to do their makeup is one thing, right? But teaching people how to edit videos is another. And I think it's another reason why I probably wouldn't do a video on editing videos or photos on YouTube, because it's such a complex thing. And honestly, for me, it's like I just suck it out of my thumb most of the time, and just, yeah. So that was a bit challenging for me, but it was great. It's always nice when you have something that challenges you. Like it feels good when you like get through it and you're like, whoo, I've done that. So anyway, I'm just gonna blend this back and set it. So I have officially run out of things to speak about. So I'm gonna pull out my my questions from my live, because I just don't know. I no longer have anything to speak about, and this happens to me like all the time. I want to bring you guys a little bit closer, so you can actually see at least see what I'm doing, because I'm like speaking a whole lot. I'm gonna go to my archive. That's a lot of questions. Oh, okay, cool. So I have a few questions. A lot of people kept asking me, you know, how are you doing really, like, or how are you, like, honestly? And I'm just like, why does everyone keep asking me that, as if like I'm lying about being okay? I don't know. I was really tripped out up until someone explained to me that a lot of people could sort of, I mean, I said it myself, but a lot of people could also really tell I wasn't doing okay just at the beginning of the year, which is true. Like, I was not doing okay at all. And it's so crazy that, like, in retrospect, like, I realized everything that was happening, and I'd linked everything to like something that was completely like off or wrong. And you know, having that realization, I'm so glad I didn't succumb to those feelings or that moment. I'm so glad I didn't let that moment own me or define me or change me in a way, because it would have been so crazy to realize only a few months later that, like, oh damn, like the reason why I'm going through this is not actually, you know, what's actually happening. It's something a lot more deeper. So I'm really grateful that, you know, I had the strength to sort of stay where I was at and not move from where I was at. I think in actual fact what happened was I just moved to like a higher place. I sort of ascended, and I think that's a great thing about like overcoming challenges or circumstances. I do feel like I don't feel like everything is a test, but well, for me, like every single time I'm going through hardship or challenges or anything like that, I am literally, the only place I want to be is close to God. And I found that every single time I do that, it doesn't bring me instant peace. It's not something that makes me feel better right away, but I'm just like, I am going to keep knocking up until you speak, because I need to hear from you, right? And so that's what that situation did to me. I really found myself growing a lot closer to God, and also just a lot closer to myself in general. Like that period taught me so much about who I am. And it's so crazy because in retrospect, I only realized last week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago, where I realized that like I was actually going through a spiritual awakening, which is not something that I want to get into right now because I'm still like trying to figure out what's happening and where I'm at and how to act. So it's crazy, yeah, to me that I spoke about this in my video. And I think this is why I actually really like speaking about things or recording things for my channel, because you can always go back and be like, oh damn, I said this. I remember so clearly in one of the videos last year, I think it was it was in my heart to heart video, where I mentioned that I feel like I'm going through an awakening of sorts. But at that moment, like I really felt like I was in between, quite literally, heaven and hell. Like I felt like I was right in between the two worlds. So it was very uncomfortable. And I didn't know, I didn't really know what that meant for me. I didn't know what my life would look like, or if it was something that was going to end, if it was going to end in a week or months or years. Or, I knew very well that I needed to sort of get back to my authentic self, or who I was when I felt closest to myself, in order to go through with that journey. And that's exactly what happened. And honestly, honest to God, it's so trippy. So, to answer everyone's question that did ask, I am good, I am really, really good. I mean, I do have off days, I do have days like everyone else, but generally for the most part I'm really, really good. I don't have any days where I feel like I want to stay in bed, unless I'm feeling tired, but it's not in like a depressy like sort of way. My anxiety like peaks a lot. It's crazy. I feel everything a lot more intensely now. So when I feel a lot more emotional. I think that just comes with like, being really, really connected and in tune with yourself as well. So but like for the most part, honestly, I feel really, really good. I'm really happy. Things are going as they should. I've really learned to sort of really trust the process and let life flow. So I find myself very unbothered by a lot of things, and I sort of know that everything will work everything is for the greater good. I think it's really, really given me comfort in everything that's happened, or everything that's like led up to this moment has really, really affirmed to me, or for me, how important it is to stay rooted in God. Like I think the most, and I think this will answer a lot of your questions, because a lot of people always ask me like, oh, you like your relationship with God and whatever, and I always feel like a fraud. I literally always feel like a fraud, because I'm just like, oh my God, like I haven't prayed in days. I literally haven't prayed in days. But I think knowing that I made the decision to give my life to God, and I always say this, like I feel like it's been such a pleasure to trust God with my life. Like walking into things and knowing that whatever happens here is for the best, knowing that there's someone out there, God, someone as big as God actually, that has sat down and already planned my life, that everything that's in my heart will manifest, because otherwise it would never have been there, is mind-blowing. It brings you so much peace. Like you don't have to worry about things that don't really concern you. I feel like my life, or like the big things in my life rather, are things I'm not really like too concerned about, because I feel like, this is how I see my life going, and it can't go any other way, because I would have never seen it that way if you, God, have not made me see it that way. But anyway, so yeah, it's quite a process, and I don't think that there's like a right way or wrong way of going about it. But I think the best advice I can give to anyone that's trying to, strengthen their relationship with God is probably understand that it's personal and it's going to be different, and that I don't hear from God in the way everyone, like my neighbor, will hear from God as well. And sometimes, like, you may find that, oh, I'm not hearing from God because it's not something that, like, he will whisper and be like, yes, do this. Or, but like, you'll find that he will speak to you in different ways. Like, for example, how I shared my testimony at the gym, that was God speaking to me. And that's how, like, I know God is speaking to me. I just have like a series of God moments where God will be like, he'll confirm, and I'll be like, lol, that's so funny, So I have a lot of God moments, and I think the best way to connect with God is to connect with yourself. I feel like the clearer you'll hear God is when it's like, for example, right? If you're not connected with like yourself and your true self at that, it's a lot harder for you to hear from God, because God is speaking to that person and not the person that you have. I feel like I'm preaching, I'm getting goosebumps. But anyway, I like it. God will not speak to the person that you've created or this person that you're pretending to be. So it's always like my biggest advice, like, you need to go back to who you are and who you really are, and that's when you'll hear like very, very clearly from God. So yeah, anyway, let me go into the questions, child, because I'm getting like goosebumps. I feel God's presence. It's so weird. I really do. But anyway, let me go into the questions. Oh, I got a lot of questions about contraception. I don't know why people want to know about that stuff. I guess like everyone is trying to find out, which contraceptive method is the best. I am not having sex at this moment, so I am not on contraception. I'm also someone that, like, I don't know, like, I've done, I for the most part of my life, I'm never really on contraception, and it's not because I am just like winging it. It's usually because most of the time I'm having like protected sex, and I don't feel like contraception is necessary. It's not something that I feel like is necessary for me. For me, it usually comes with a lot of like negative side effects. I mean, I think like for last year I got on contraception because I was in like a longer term relationship, and we were having like conversations about contraception and status and things like that. So I got onto the Ever patch, which was really great. I feel like the patch was really nice for me. Like, it treated me well. I didn't have any side effects. However, I didn't like how it was showing. Like, only my partner could see it because it was by my thigh, by my ass. But it was disturbing. I didn't really like that. So I got off it. But also my relationship came to an end as well. So I was just like, there's no way I'm putting myself through like contraception again. It's actually kind of weird. Contraception is really weird. Okay, next question. Someone asked, were you not scared of making your hobby a career? And honestly, no. It's something that just happened to me, and I say this a lot, like, it's something that happened to me. It's not something that I consciously went out and did. Like, it's not something that I was like, oh, I'm gonna make this a career. I have like this plan where this is like, no. It was something that really, really just came to me, and I feel like I at the time when I dropped out, I had been really, really fasting, really trying to again hear from God and like what his purpose for my life was, because I didn't feel like I was living out my true purpose. I really felt like, hey man, like if I were to die tomorrow, I'd be so unhappy. And that's how I knew that like I needed to stop doing what I was doing, because I felt like this is definitely not a way to live. Like, this is definitely not how I should be living, right? So with that, like, it wasn't like the easiest thing. I mean, it sounds so easy now that I'm saying it, but it wasn't really easy, because you're walking from something that and you're moving from that so confidently and so boldly with the hope that things are gonna work out. Like I think I mentioned in my makeup therapy video that like I've always been someone that's always known that like their life would be great. Like I don't know if that was true, but I've always that's always what I've spoken about my life, which I feel like it's so important. So anyway, I didn't really get into it because I was like, I'm getting into it. I just got into it because God sort of led me to it, which is what I like really believe. So there's no real fear when you have decided that I don't know what I'm doing, and you're up like to God. When you say that to God, you'd be like, hey, this is my life, this is what I like. I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm making like a hot mess out of it, and step in. Like there's no real fear when you do that, because when you do that, I think that's the scariest part, like deciding that like, oh, I'm not trying to make sense of anything anymore, and I'm just hoping for the best and like lead me. When you say that with your mouth and you literally believe it, you're not really scared of a lot of things from there, because you'll soon find that like everything will flow, and you don't really need to be scared. Like everything just flows. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's not like that simple, but it's like that. Someone asked, why do you wake up at 4:30? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, I just sleep early. I found that sleeping early for me was something that really helped with my mental health. Just getting enough hours of sleep a day. I used to be part of that group of people that like in varsity thought it was like really edgy to, I'm productive at night, and I can't sleep, like I'm an insomniac. And then I stopped lying to myself. I was just like, just try and sleep and get off your phone. And I realized that like I'm diagnosing myself with things that like I have no business diagnosing myself with, because I just want to seem edgy, and it didn't work for me. So I found that like it doesn't really work for me. I am not productive at all after 10. I'm not doing anything after 10, but I find that I'm a lot productive in the AMs. Like I find that like around 4:30, 3:30 to 5, I can like get up and do a lot more work. I can get a lot of stuff done at that time, because that's when I'm most productive. And again, that's something that I found this year, because I was just like, I'd always wake up last year, but I'd just be sitting around and lounging around, not really doing much, because I didn't understand, So that's why I wake up at 4:30. I'm more productive at that time, and I don't really believe in staying up late. I think I'm afraid of like those times. I won't say I'm afraid of the dark, but I'm already afraid of like any time between 11, 12, 1, 2. I don't think of those as good hours. I don't think anything good happens at that time. There are people that are a lot more efficient and work better at that time, but I'm just not one of them. Someone asked, what is the model of my car, and they want to manifest. It is a CLA 200, and it's the AMG line. The reason why I actually decided on the CLA 200 was because, guys, I feel like this video is gonna be so long. Ciao. Anyway, so the reason why I decided on a CLA 200 was because, okay, initially I wanted a C180. I think like that was what I thought was nice at that time. I went out with a friend, a couple of months ago, and they asked me why I wouldn't like consider getting a a CLA, because they feel like a CLA is a lot more modern, it's a lot sexier. C180 would be more like a grown-up sort of car, like parents type of, older people. So I was just like, oh well, I actually have seen the CLA, but I thought that it would be more expensive than the C180, because it just looks so sexy. Like the back looks really, really sexy. It's a new car to Mercedes, but they also told me that, like, no, Mercedes sort of made the CLA like the CLA is their affordable line. This child, I don't think it's affordable. I mean, it is. I don't think it's cheap, okay? So he made it seem as if like CLAs were cheap. And I think I even Googled like why CLA is cheap, and I saw that it was a question that came up a lot on Google, which I don't think they're cheap, but I guess they're maybe cheaper than like a C180 or C200. For me, I didn't really care about that. I was just like, this car is sexy. It is sexy, yo, and I want it. So that's how I decided on the CLA. Like, someone sort of mentioned it to me, and I was just like, okay, I like this. This is a nice car. And I didn't really decide on black. Black was actually, hey guys, it was so funny. Black was actually the only car that they had, right? And because CLAs are so scarce like these days, my car is secondhand. So I mean, when you're buying a secondhand car, like, it's not easy to decide on things like color and things like that. You sort of just settle for what's available around the time that you have money. So my agent, or the lady that was helping me, told me that she had a black CLA and she had a silver one. I didn't really mind the silver. I think initially I wanted like that dark silver, like space gray color, but I didn't really mind the silver one. But the silver one had a higher mileage than the black one, and the black one was a later model. So I decided that the black one would be better. But I didn't like the idea of a black car, because I'm just like, oh chill, I know my mom's gonna drag me. She's gonna keep asking me, why would you buy a black car? So I was just like, you know what? Up until one day, again, like, I had a God moment where I was driving, and the lady from Mercedes gave me a call. No, I was actually driving to Mercedes to go and chat with the lady, like try find out like if she can't get another car for me and things like that. And I looked to my right, I looked to my left, in front of me and behind me, and I was surrounded by black cars. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take this as a sign. And I took it as a sign, and everything just went like smoothly afterwards. I feel like that car was made for me, or would eventually land in my hands, as I did with my first car. So it was great. It was really nice. That was nice. That was a nice moment. I'm just gonna put on some mascara real quick. Someone asked, at what age do you want to have babies, and how many? Yo, guys, the way I have no idea. Okay, let me not lie, I do have a rough idea. I want to have babies in the next 2 years, so when I am 29. So not this year, not the next year, but the following year. Yeah, I want to have one baby when I'm 29, and then I want to have another one when I'm 30, and hopefully another one when I'm 31. To be quite honest, I actually want 4 babies, but I think we'll see on how like the first one goes. I think I didn't come from like a very big family, but I really used to love it when my cousins were, ooh, that hurts. Oh, that hurt so bad. Okay, anyway, yeah, I really used to love it when my cousins were around and stuff. So I think that's another reason, like another thing that's contributed to me wanting, 4 kids. I needed to be realistic with myself, just regarding sex and stuff. I think it's hard for me to speak about this now because I'm not really having sex at the moment, and the reason why I'm not having sex is because I feel like, first of all, I'm single. There's just no sex around. But I also am not really looking at the moment because I don't want anything to sort of distort or mess up like the space that I'm in, just in terms of like energy and stuff, because I do feel like the quickest way to do that is to have sex. Like, sex will make you feel like something has been taken from you and you sort of can't get it back. And I don't know, I just want to keep that space like mine. I want to feel whole at all times. I got a lot of questions about sharing how I saved for my car, which is not something that I'm comfortable doing at the moment. Let's just say God met me. It's just hard. It's hard to get into that type of video without now like exposing too much about my salary as well. I just found out my boyfriend is having a child. I wanted to break up with him, but he doesn't. What do I do? Child. Leave him today, sis. If your man is cheating on you, leave him today, sis. He's not gonna change. And I don't even want to get into the child part of things, because child, it's just you're just gonna open yourself up to I'm not saying that like blended families are not something that like can work, but if your boyfriend has gotten someone else pregnant and he's having a child with them like while he was in a relationship with you, why would you stay with him? Why would you even entertain that thought? Because he's made it very clear that he doesn't respect you and he doesn't give a heck, you know? And the fact that he's asking you to stay with him is so selfish. Like, yo. Imagine, Guys, I'm sorry, babe. I'm not even laughing at you. I'm just like trying to imagine myself in that situation, because it just sounds like pain. Like, it sounds like umgo. And honestly, please free yourself now, because it's not going to get any easier, you know? And you will regret it. Like, you will sit back, and this is the advice I give to a lot of people. Like, if you are feeling like you need to leave someone, leave them, because you would not be feeling that way if you didn't need to leave them. But leave them, because if you don't leave them and you eventually leave them like later on, you're gonna feel so hacked that I should have left this person earlier. Honestly, that is my biggest regret when it comes to some people. I really feel like I should have left them earlier, because what was that, honey? Like, what was that? Yeah, no ways. What keeps your confidence loaded at all times? Child, I'm always running on empty when it comes to my confidence. I'm not the most confident person, but I think like I have realized that this is me, hey, and there's nothing I can do about like me, you know. So I think I've really accepted, you know, certain things that I used to upset me that I can't change, because I'm just like, it's not gonna help anyone to, you know, go back and forth about this thing. Some setting spray. Why did you stop the live get ready with me videos? I think like I said, I did realize that I needed like some time out, or just some like privacy, and like a moment to myself. And I didn't feel like lives were. I also realized that I had formed this really toxic relationship with the internet by thinking that like it's a safe space for me, which it really isn't. Like, it really is not. If we're keeping it 100, like, it's not a safe space. So I had that thing to sort out as well. But then I think like the more time went past, was the more I realized that, you know, perhaps it's a good thing for me that I am offline. I can sort of keep work, and my personal life. Some things you just need to sort of go away and like sort out. And I don't think it's ever anything that I'll ever bring back though. Like, I don't think I'll ever do live videos unless they're sponsored or just randomly. But it's not something that I'm going to be doing. I'm so sorry, guys. I know, like, you know, a lot of, like, for me, it did feel like a safe space as it did for other people. But we also I needed to understand that, like, it's not just those people in the live video. So, yeah, I don't know. not comfortable. Anyway, that is all the questions I'm taking today. This was really nice. I really enjoyed just chatting, doing my makeup. I really felt like I was just chatting to a friend. And yeah, I'm gonna stick on my lashes. Okay guys, this is the final look. I just went ahead and lined my lips with the MAC Chestnut and a lip gloss I got from Sephora. It is the Sephora Effect Volume lip gloss in the shade Outrageous. This is what it looks like. I think it is so beautiful. I found that wearing pink on your lips sort of gives them like a really full effect, which I'm really liking these days. But if you do like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.